Hello and good day, Algebra. We are wrapping up Unit 3 with a doozy, PO24, writing an equation in slope-intercept form, given its slope and the point on the line, or given a function table. Kind of a longer objective today, because as you're going to see, it's a bit abstract in that your goal is to write an equation in slope-intercept form, but how the information is presented to you is going to be a little bit varying, a little bit different. So first of all, let's review. What is slope-intercept form? Yes. Y equals mx plus b. I don't know why I put two lines for that, but whatever. Okay, y equals mx plus b. And each of these four variables has a purpose. We've focused primarily on the m and the b. Today we're going to bring in the y and the x a little bit more. But let's start with that. What is the m variable? What is the m variable represented in slope-intercept form? Caitlin, it's the slope. Used to be called the slope. It's how you move, right? A couple different reasons why m is used. How about b? What's the b? Eli. The y-intercept. Once upon a time called the y-intercept. It's where you begin, right? A couple different reasons why we use b. And as it turns out, these are the two variables that you need to write any equation in slope-intercept form. You need the slope, you need the y-intercept. That's it, okay? Where y and x come into play is that sometimes you'll need to use these variables to help you get the slope or get the y-intercept, okay? So it's important to know what they represent in the equation. What do y and x represent in slope-intercept form? I don't think we've talked about this yet, actually. Caitlin, what do you think?
Aren't they like the y is like the y value of the y?
Perfect. The y variable represents the y value of any ordered pair. I should put two lines for this one on the line. Might be kind of hard to see in the back, but it says the y value of any ordered pair on the line. The y value of any ordered pair on the line. So what would you suppose the x value represents then? Colin? Exactly. The x value of any ordered pair on the line. Okay? So today our focus is going to be writing equations in slope-intercept form, meaning we have to get the slope, we have to get the y-intercept, but how we're going to accomplish that goal varies depending on how the information is provided for you. Okay? Are we clear on what the goal is? All right, let's do it. The first section says, using the given information, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, show work when necessary. If I tell you the slope is 5, what variable does that represent? M. If I tell you the y-intercept is -3, what variable is that? B. Do we have everything we need? Yes. Spirit of Christmas. It's right there for you. What would the equation be in slope-intercept form? Cole.
Y equals 5x.
Yep.
Minus -3.
It would actually just be -3, okay? Because minus a -3 means that you're adding it, right? And so just -3 would be all you need there. Perfect. Look at that. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that easy?
Yeah.
Okay? Once you know the slope and you know the y-intercept, all the work's been done for you. You just got to put it in the right place. What would slope of -2, y-intercept of +8 look like? What's the equation of this line in slope-intercept form? Paul? Y equals -2x plus 8. Plug the slope in for m, plug the y-intercept in for b, and you've got your equation. Next one, slope of 2/3, y-intercept of 0. I give you the slope, I give you the y-intercept. You have your m, you have your b. Maddie, what's the equation? Y equals 2/3 x. If you wanted to write plus 0, you could. You don't have to, okay? But y equals 2/3 x, right? Next one, things get a little bit different. I say slope 3 passes through 0, 1. Ooh. Katie. So the slope is still given to you, right? But tell me about that passes through 0, 1. It sounds like you took that 0, 1 and you used it as the b, you used it as the y-intercept. Why are you able to do that?
Because the 1 is it's a ordered pair for the y-intercept.
And how do you know it's the ordered pair for the y-intercept?
Because there's a 0 and then for x.
Yes, very, very good. For every y-intercept as an ordered pair, and we kind of talked about this earlier, your x value is going to be 0, right? Because you haven't moved side to side at all. You're on the y-axis. So if you're given an ordered pair with an x value of 0, you know it's the y-intercept. So did I give you the y-intercept like I did in the previous ones? Yeah, I did. Okay, I didn't name it, but this is where your understanding of what a y-intercept is going to be very helpful. Okay, so that as Katie said, we can take that 3, plug it in for m, take that b, that 0, 1, plug it in for the y-intercept, and we have our equation. Okay? Doesn't seem so bad, huh? We can do this. The next one, y equals slope is -4/3, passes through 0, -10. What's the equation? Some we haven't heard from yet today or in a while, perhaps. Leah. Y equals -4/3 x minus 10, right? I give you the slope, spirit of Christmas, you're welcome. I tell you it passes through 0, 10, which because of that x value of 0, tells you this is the y-intercept, okay, as a y-intercept of -10. Last one on this page. Will. Excellent. Y equals -5x plus 6. Again, I give you the slope. There it is. And telling you it passes through 0, 6. That 0's the key. That tells you it's the b. That was a nice, cute little rhyme there. Okay? Question so far? All right. Look at the next one. Slope of 4 passes through 3, 2. Uh-oh. What's different about this one compared to the other ones? Yeah, that ordered pair that I tell you this line passes through, is that the y-intercept? No, it's not. Did I give you the slope?
Yes.
All right, I gave you something to work with there, right? That's still m. The slope is still 4. But this not being the y-intercept, this means we have to solve for b. And how are we going to go about solving for b? Colin. So this is where understanding all parts of slope-intercept form is crucial, right? We were not given b here, but we were given a value for x and a value for y, right? Remember on the front page where we said in slope-intercept form, y and x represents the y and x value of any ordered pair on the line? If we're told 3, 2 is on the line, that means that in slope-intercept form, we don't know what b is, but we do have a value for y. What is it? 2. We do have a value for m. What is it? 4. I give you that, right? Slope of 4. We do have a value for x. What is it? 3. Right? That 2 and 3 came from this ordered pair right here. Because I told you 3, 2 was on the line, we can use 3 for x and 2 for y in slope-intercept form to solve for b. Because as long as we have 3 of the 4 variables, we can solve for the other one. How do we go about solving this? Paisley. We're not going to divide everything by 2. Our first step here is going to be to simplify. Right? We can do something on the right side of that equation to simplify it. Paisley, do you see what we can do? What? 4 times 3. Right? Let's rewrite this equation having multiplied 4 and 3 together to get 12. Now, think back to your pre-algebra solving equation days. How do we get b by itself here? Someone we haven't heard from yet today, perhaps. A new voice. I think I've heard from all the hands up. Eli, opposite operations. Subtract 12 from both sides. We cancel that out, get b by itself. And 2 minus 12 gives us negative 10. That's our b. b equals negative 10. So what's our equation in slope-intercept form? We have our m. We have our b. Will? Y equals 4x minus 10. Okay? So here's the example where, the information I'm giving you everything you need, but it looks different. And so you have to be able to look at this and say, all right, I know the slope. I'm given an unordered pair. It's not the y-intercept, so how can I organize this to get the information that I want? The next one, slope of negative 9. Actually, let's not do that one. Let's do one of the fraction ones because I'm going to give you 2 of these for homework. Do you want to do the slope of 3/4 or the slope of 1/7? 1/7. All right. So this is still our m, right? The slope is 1/7 given to you there. And I give you an ordered pair, not the y-intercept. But what does it represent? The x and y. Okay? Since we know our line passes through that point, it means that point is on the line. And if that point is on the line, it means that negative 3 can be a value for y, and 21 can be a value for x. Okay? So we're going to set this up. Here's slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We're going to replace what we know. We know that y is negative 3. We know that the slope is 1/7. We know that the x value that we're using here is 21. And we're solving for b. Any questions on how I got that equation? Because forget solving it. If you can't set up the equation, you've got nothing to solve. So any questions on where those numbers came from? Okay. Now, sometimes fractions can be scary, but why is 1/7 not scary in this particular instance? You can thank your kind teacher for this. Sam? 7 is a factor of 21, right? When we take 1/7 times 21, we can do that in our heads. What's 1/7 of 21? What goes into 21 7 times? 3. So we get negative 3 equals 1/7 times 21 is 3 plus b. And here's where people that don't show their work and don't bother to check their answer get caught. Because some of you might look at this and say, oh, b is 0. You see the negative 3, you see the positive 3, your brain kind of jumps to 0. But in actuality, what do we have to do here to get b by itself, Joseph? Not subtract negative 3. Yeah, subtract 3 from both sides. And negative 3 minus 3 is not 0. Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. Okay? I see very often folks jump from this step here to the final answer and put 0. Not the case. Right? What is our final answer? What is this equation in slope-intercept form? Now that we're given the slope, we solve for b. Tristan? Y equals 1/7 x minus 6. Excellent. Thank you, Finn. Okay. How are we doing so far? Manageable? But now what comes next? An XY table. All right. So function table, we know that we need the slope, right? We need to find m, and we need to find b. Those are the two variables that we need here. Have I given you either one?
Yeah, you gave us the B.
I gave you the b? Where?
No, rise over rome. Slope 0 over 5.
Garrison?
There's the X and there's the Y.
Oh, we do have an ordered pair here with an x value of 0, which means that 5 is going to be the y-intercept. Slope. Nathan, guide us. I heard you say it.
What? Oh, the slope is just really any fraction in there because it's
Rise over run, right? We've defined slope a number of different ways throughout the unit. The one we're going to use here is rise over run. How do we calculate slope given a function table? Where do we find the rise? Where do we find the run? Let me put it like that. Gavin, do you have any thoughts here? All right, listen up then so we can help you out. Change in y over change in x, okay? I tell you that you know this is a function table, so all you need to look for, any two ordered pairs, what's the change from 9 to 13? Up or down? Up. We're going up 4. Positive 4. What's the change in 3 to 6? Positive 3. Okay? If you would pick two different ordered pairs, you'd have found the same thing, right? If we had done from 1 to 5, that's a change of positive 4. Negative 3 to 0, that's a change of positive 3. Doesn't make a difference. What's our slope here? 4 over 3, right? That change in y, or rise over run, the rise is positive 4, the run is positive 3. Again, you have the tools here to get the information you need. You just have to recognize which tool to use. Okay? What's our equation in slope-intercept form? Tristan? Good. Y equals mx plus b. We know our m, our slope, is 4/3. We know our b, our y-intercept, is 5. Y equals 4/3 x plus 5. Let's look at the next one. M, B. Do I give you either? Uh-oh. Now what? I do, Nathan? Huh? Yeah, you have to find it though, right? What's our slope here? Let's pick two ordered pairs. Let's do the middle ones this time. What's the change from 1 to 4? Positive 3, up 3. Okay. What's the change from 6 to 8? Up 2. If you'd pick two other ordered pairs, you'd find the same thing, right? Up 3 and up 2. So our slope, rise over run, is going to be 3 over 2. Now, how do we get B? It's not given to you like it was in the last one. There's no ordered pair with an x value of 0. So how do we get B? Colin? Kind of like what we did in the top ones, right? All 4 of these ordered pairs are on the line, which means that any of the 4 can be used to help you solve for B. Owen, which ordered pair would you like? First, second, third, or fourth? Fourth. All right. Owen wants to use 10, 7, okay, to solve for B. So what we do is we go to slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We're using the y value of 7 taken from the table. We know our m value, our slope, is 3/2. We calculated that. We're using the x value of 10, and we're solving for b. Again, we have a fraction, but it's kind of friendly. 1 1/2, 1.5, 3 halves. Okay. What's 3 halves times 10, or 3 halves of 10, or 1 1/2 of 10? However you want to think about it. Paisley? 15 is correct. If you want to go old school and multiply 3 halves times 10, like this, right? 30 divided by 2 works out evenly. Okay? So we get the equation 7 equals 15 plus b. What's our value for b? Think back to pre-algebra, Sam. -8. Subtract 15 from both sides to get b by itself. And we get -8 as a value for b. What if we picked a different ordered pair? Let's do the first one. Okay? What if we'd picked 4, -2 instead of 10, 7? What would change? Our slope wouldn't change, right? Our slope is still 3 over 2, but now, instead of 7 and 10, we're using y as -2 and x as 4. 3 halves times 4 is 6. Subtract 6 from both sides, we still get -8 as a value for b. Okay? So it does not matter which ordered pair you plug into the line. Math is beautiful, and that any of those ordered pairs can be used to solve for the y-intercept because all of those ordered pairs are on the line. What's our final answer? What's the equation in slope-intercept form? Anybody? Y equals 3 halves x minus 8. I'm going to leave that one for you to do on your own. Okay? What's that? That is the fun one. That's why I want you to do it. Okay? Let's look at the next section. This time, I give you 2 ordered pairs the line passes through. Our job is, once again, find that slope, find that y-intercept. Julian, which one of these would you like to do together? First, second, third, or fourth? First one. All right. Passes through 6, 5, and 4, 9. Tell me how we find the slope. Ethan. We have a formula, don't we? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember that? Okay. 9 minus 5 over 4 minus 6 equals 4 over -2, or a slope of -2. How do we find b? Nathan. What's that? Do what we haven't been doing, right? Can you use either ordered pair here? Yeah. Ryan, or Mark, do you want to use this one or that one? I said this or that, Ryan. That one? Fine. Okay? Using that ordered pair in slope-intercept form, we're using 9 for y. We calculated our slope to be -2. Our x value we're using is 4. And we're going to solve for b. Simplify first. 9 equals -8 plus b. Add 8 to both sides. And we get a b value of 17. What if Ryan had chosen this one? Still going to slope-intercept form. This time our y value is 5. Our slope is still -2. Our x is 6. And we're solving for b. 5 equals -12 plus b. This time we're adding 12 to both sides to get b by itself. And lo and behold, we still get the same value. B is 17. Right? It's kind of nice. What's our final answer? Kaylin. Y equals -2x plus 17. Any questions on this? Like I said, it's a lot of information. Okay, it's repetitive in a sense, once you kind of understand what you need to do, but you need to understand what you need to do, right? What's the information you're being given? What tool in your toolbox can you use to get the information you want? That's what this one's all about here. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, comments, congratulations, or criticisms? Thank you. Paisley. Thank you very much. Cole. No, I would like you to try that one on your own because there will be a table one on your test. And so I want you to be able to have practice doing it. Nick. Okay, your homework is the rest of PO24. It is due tomorrow. Tomorrow is your practice test. We'll review it Thursday, test on Friday. All right? That's iMath.